Hey there, my good friends. John Michaelides here. Thursday, March 10th. Another weekly edition of WillJohnMakeIt.com, my short sale and wholesale real estate investing video blog. How are you? Today is the first really warm day we've had in a long time here in Southwest Florida, the Gulf Coast. Beautiful paradise, 70 degrees today. I am absolutely loving it. You know, I was talking to a friend of mine yesterday, and I live in paradise and houses are cheap. What more could you possibly ask for? Hey, listen, a lot of talk in the news about strategic defaults. I saw a piece on the news on TV. Actually saw it on the web, but it was a TV broadcast clip of strategic defaults. And, one guy had to comment, I don't think you should ever default. It's immoral. You have an obligation, etc., and so forth. And I thought I'd address that this week because I don't agree. And let me give you a little background because I know this is controversial. When the government and the financial community decided to quote unquote let AIG go, that was a strategic default. That was a conscious business decision that it made more sense to let the company go down than to try to save it. When they let Lehman Brothers go, that was a strategic default. They made a business decision that it made more sense to let the company go under than to try and save it. When General Motors, when a big company decides to close a plant and put thousands of people out of work, that's a strategic default. It's a business decision that is made, the decision being that it makes more sense to close the company and put those people out of work than it does to keep it open and running. So strategic defaults is well recognized in business. I mean, well recognized and well practiced in business. Why should it be any different for an individual? You see, here's what I notice. What's good for the goose isn't good for the gander. Well, we're a big company, therefore we're allowed to make those decisions. No, a smart decision is a smart decision. Whether you're making it on behalf of a 100,000 person organization or whether you're making it on behalf of a 3-person organization called a family. There's nothing immoral about quote unquote strategic defaults. Another thing people don't realize, they say, well, you're breaking your contract if you strategic default and walk away on your mortgage and let them to foreclose on your house. And my contention is, no, you're not breaking your contract at all. As a matter of fact, you're following the contract to the letter, because in every contract it clearly states that should the borrower stop paying on the mortgage, the lender's recourse is to foreclose. Foreclosure is part of the contract. By going through the foreclosure process, you are following the contract. So this idea of there being a moral component to it or that it's breaking the contract, I'm just not buying it. It's a mechanism, in my opinion. What are banks? Big governments that pay politicians. Big corporations that pay governments and politicians. I get them confused because really, what's the difference? They're all like this, right? Find the politician. Which one's the politician? Which one's the banker? Well, you really can't tell because they're all in cahoots. My point is, there's a concerted effort here to impose guilt. There's a concerted effort because, look, if you've lost your job and you're going under and your house is worth 30% less than the mortgage or 50% less than the mortgage, you might pay an extra 3, 4, 5 months, but in the end, it's gone. It's gone. You're done. It doesn't make sense. So sure, do they want to milk another 3, 4, 5 months of payments out of you? Absolutely they do. Is it right? Is that moral? My point is, the media is on their side. The media is a propaganda machine. What are they trying to make you feel? Guilty, immoral, dishonest? Don't buy it. If it's good enough for them, it's good enough for you. I am not telling you what to do. And I am not advising anyone to strategically default on their mortgage. I am simply giving you my personal opinion, and you should think about it. Have a great day. See you next week. Bye-bye.